Hello, everyone. It is early on a Saturday morning, and I wanted to bring some news to you that had escaped me the last day or so. And again, you're not going to hear about this on most news sources out there, but we've had three major fuel/oil explosions in the last few days. I want to cover that. And first, a citizen, a citizen strikes back, a good Samaritan, so to speak. You could call him a good Samaritan. But you may have seen this story, but Lake Worth, Texas. Now, this happened, looks like a couple of days ago, but this citizen witnessed a car crash. A drunk driver, out of control, just crashed into a car. It sounded like it was a parked car or at an intersection. It ended up killing an off-duty cop. But so he crashes into this car and stumbles out of his car, the drunk driver, and starts to flee the scene. So he starts to flee. This good Samaritan, this citizen, chases him down. There's a little video on it. Chases him down, throws him down to the ground, and holds him until police get there. That is what we've got to see more of. And I believe we're going to see more of that because this is just what has to happen, I believe, for us to avoid having total loss of control, especially in most areas, I believe, is the way we're heading. I think we have been conditioned to believe that the police can be there within a minute, or that they can just prevent something. They cannot. And I don't blame, this is not a blame law enforcement thing. I'm pro law enforcement. But they can't do that. They're just stretched too thin. They've got other things they're doing, and they just can't do this. So in most places. So I believe we're going to see more of this kind of thing. I really do. And, it got me thinking about other things, community. And, when is the last time that, well, let me explain it this way. I was just thinking about this last night when I was a kid. I was growing up. It was a long time ago, I know. But my mom used to ask me on occasion, she would ask me to go to the neighbor, walk over to the neighbor's house and ask for a cup of sugar, borrow a cup of sugar, borrow a stick of butter. And we did, and it would happen. It would be easy. It was like, oh yeah, sure, here, and we would give it back to him the next day, or when we went to the grocery store. It was just a thing we did, and they would do it to us, and we would, other neighbors did the same thing. It was just more interaction. And when is the last time that's happened? Does that happen where you live? Does it happen in your neighborhood? Share if it does. But I think we're going to have to go back to more of that, and I know that's not easy. We've been conditioned to rely on services of local government services, whether that's law enforcement, whether that's just government, and that's fading away. If you notice, sometimes it just happens over time, slowly, and we just can condition, the normalcy bias, and it's like you start to look around, and it's like, this is not happening like it used to be. Like when I mentioned in the last video, it was the last video, about a person that was on hold with 911 for 30 minutes. So think about that. Share what you think. Fires, explosions. This past week, we've had three, and just the three that we know about. There may be more. Seems like it's almost a daily thing, but we've had three major oil/petroleum fuel explosions, two in Mexico, one in Texas. Two in Texas, one was an oil refinery, one was a storage facility, Veracruz, Mexico. The other one was in Texas, can't remember what town, but it was an oil refinery. Oil refinery, there we don't have that many of them anyway. Huge explosions, fires. Now, and I know these things happen at times, but there just seems to be a lot of it now, and then we add in the train wrecks, everybody's talking about that, and the other fires, the other explosions, different kind of facilities. You got metal facilities, you got manufacturing, you got food processing, food distribution centers. It's unreal. It has to be more than just, oh, well, these things just happen. No, they don't just happen. They haven't been happening for like this. I mean, gee. Uh, and there's different theories on why, I don't know. I heard somebody say sleeper cells are activated. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be something deliberate in my mind. Now, what's the source? Who's carrying it out? We don't know. And you could also lump in the maybe the attacks on the substations into that thing too. Is that the same people doing that? No, but it's not good. It's not a good trend. Not a good trend at all. Especially when you're talking about fuel, oil refinery, oil storage facilities. This could affect, our, we have to have fuel if we drive, So keep your tanks full. I don't let mine go under half a tank. Keep them full, and hopefully this won't raise the gas prices even more. I believe the only reason that they have not, and others have said this, and I agree with it, the only reason that fuel has not kept on that upward trend, it's up, way up than it was a few years ago, of course, but the only reason it has not continued to just go through the roof is that they're draining the strategic oil supply, the petroleum supply, and that continues. Unbelievable. On the brink of World War, and we're still draining the strategic petroleum supply. I mean, that makes no sense. It has to be deliberate. It has to be. And what would it cost to refill that? If that even happens, what would that cost? It would really double and triple what you may pay, what you're paying now. Inflation is already ripping the face off people. I mean, it really is. It is, and it has no signs that it's stopping. I saw a story yesterday, it was CNBC, that said that they're going to have to keep getting aggressive on the rate hikes just to even try to slow the inflation down. There's no slow down of that thing. No. And so that is a crushing blow, that it continues. Middle class, the not just the middle class, but the lower income, than that are just getting eviscerated. And a lot of people are pinning their hopes on, and I'm starting to hear people talk about, well, the 2024 elections, before you know it, we'll have elections again. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath that we even have them. I'm not holding my breath that it's going to make a difference, even if we get that far. Even if we make it to 2024 election cycle, I'm not getting all hyped up. I'm really not even going to pay attention to it. I'm not sure it matters. Maybe it will. There's always a chance there could be a miracle. But even if they happen and there's a change there, will it make a difference? There's so much being done right now that it may not even be reversible, or it may be a situation where it would take more than one election cycle to fix it. So my faith in that is eroding by the day. Okay, and I hate to be like that. I'm typically an optimistic person. I truly am. I really am. Those of you who know me in person, or even just listening to me, watching my videos, I'm typically an optimistic person. But that is waning. It is waning now. I believe that our country is continuing to resemble a third world country. We're looking more third world every month, every day. It's kind of difficult to notice depending on where you are, and we get that normalcy bias, and we say, oh, well, that area is getting bad, or I'm starting to see more homeless, and I'm starting to see more tents, and I'm starting to see the degradation of this particular area. Well, those areas are growing, and those areas are becoming more areas like that. Um, so, and then before you know it, you look around, and if you could compare what you're looking at every day to what it looked like, think about it, what it looked like, I don't know, even 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you might be really shocked. And so that's what I mean by we're looking more and more third world. What will it look like a year from now, from where we are right at this moment? And that's a scary thought. Will an election fix that? That's what, in 2024, a year over a year out? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Miracles can happen, okay? I get it. But anyway, that leads me into my verse for the day, or at least for this video. This is coming from Matthew. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 says, "Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." It is written that persecution will come, and it will. It's already started. We knew this. A lot of wolves out there, a lot of wolves. And there's a lot of sheep out there. There really is. But he's sending us out as sheep to be wise too as well. But you can also be strong in your faith and confident in your faith. Because if your faith is low or just very skin deep, that can be shattered easily. So we must continue to work on strengthening our faith, our confidence in the Word. And the stronger that is, the better we are equipped to handle it when it hits us. And it is, and it will. So hold strong, keep praying, stand your ground, and keep the faith. Keep doing the things. Keep doing the good things. Let's keep being the example. Let's be safe out there this weekend. God bless you. I'll see you soon.